Hello everyone, Elite Clockwoman here. The long-awaited 14th episode has come out, and we saw a lot of cool moments there. And we also had a lot of questions, such as, what will happen to the Drill Titan? Where did our Titans fly? What kind of place is this? And also what will happen next? So watch until the end so you don't miss anything. Also be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And here we go. The episode begins with the leaked video that I showed you in my previous videos. We see how a squad of cameramen beat the poor fellow, and then one of the cameramen decided to treat the mutant with a ding-dong. But fortunately, they didn't show us this. And we see how the clockman waves his head, and so on. In this frame we see a small and strange house. But I think that this is just decoration. But suddenly, the cameraman received a message on the tablet, and here we see the Dom Studio logo, and the inscription, "It's a trap." But I don't know who sent it. It seems to me that this is not disclosed moment. Anyway. The cameraman shows this to the clockman, and the clockman began to wonder what was going on, and we can also notice the forward inscriptions on the clockman's head. And this means that this clockman always moves forward without stopping. And then we already see the speakerman, who was also in the leaked video. And we see how the POV cameramans put on headphones so that the speakerman would not stun him. And the speakerman stopped because his jetpack was broken. And we also noticed in episode 12 that his jetpack was already damaged, and it finally broke down in episode 14. The speakerman tried to use it, but he failed. And now we are shown this area in more detail. We see a house and a satellite dish. Perhaps this is some kind of radio station. But suddenly we see that someone appeared, and God, how scary he is. But this is one of the Astro toilets, and we also see strange green rockets on it, and I think they are with acid, and he also makes very strange sounds like in scary movies. And he started smiling and fires a rocket at the speakerman. And he falls, and the mutant very quickly gets close to the speakerman, and we hear a very scary sound. And it becomes clear that this mutant can also release a sound wave to stun the opponent. But the speaker also showed that he is a professional in this matter, and also turned on his favorite track. And we see that the mutant is in shock, and he jumps back, and again launches a rocket at the speakerman, and the rocket hits the core and destroys the speakerman's defense. But the speakerman releases a powerful laser from the core and destroys the mutant's rocket launcher, and the mutant attacks again. But the cameraman appeared and protected the speakerman with his shield. And he begins to beat the mutant, and we see a tentacle appear from the mutant's mouth and try to remove the cameraman's protective lens. But why exactly the lens? Perhaps this means that the scientist from the multiverse also hides the TV screen under his speakers, as in the original. And perhaps he should have appeared and also hypnotized the cameraman. This may be true, but it is also possible that this is just a coincidence. And the mutant managed to tear off the lens, and we see the parasite, but the speakerman caught him and destroyed him, and we already see a lot of tentacles. But the cameraman pulls them out and starts beating the mutant again. And the coolest moment is that the color of the cameraman's camera begins to glow red. And I think that this is a special combat mode, or berserk mode. And he begins to beat the Astro toilet even faster and harder, that even the speakerman is in shock. And the cameraman delivers powerful blows and destroys the mutant and leaves the berserk mode. And we see the same handshake that was in the 59th episode in the SKIBIDI toilet. But suddenly, a drill titan appeared, and he looked at the titans and went about his business. And cameraman received a notification on the tablet. Retreat, it's a trap. And we can also notice that this operator has a blue shirt. And it seems to me that this is the first time, but if not, correct me in the comments. Anyway, the speakerman is trying to turn on his jetpack, and it is not working. And the cameraman, like a true friend, helped the speakerman, and they flew off somewhere together. And a little later, I will tell you where. Then we see an ordinary drill man who is trying to turn the attention of the Titan drill, and he says that he should leave here, since it is very dangerous here. And we see the clockman ship, and they also retreat, and POV cameraman also tries to retreat. But suddenly someone shot at his feet, and the clockman left him. And we see a SKIBIDI helicopter, but the drill man was able to catch him, and also another helicopter, and he destroys them. And we see not a large detachment of toilets, but also a toilet with a shield that was in episode 12. And we can also notice an army of toilets everywhere. But I would say that these are decorations, because they do not move, but it is also terrifying. But the drill titan shoots a laser from his core. But how is this possible? He doesn't have a core, but perhaps the core was not completely destroyed, and the Drill Titan is able to shoot from it, but the mutant managed to hide behind his shield. But the Drill Titan pulls the mutant underground. But we hear a very strong sound that causes pain to the Drill Titan, and we see a toilet with speakers. And now we know all the weaknesses of the Alliance. The Clockmen are afraid of magnets, and the Drillmen are afraid of sound, and the Drillman tries to hide underground, but the sound is too loud, and not looking at the pain, the Drill Titan headed towards the mutant and successfully destroyed him. But the most interesting thing has just begun. We see that someone shot at the Titan and froze time around it, and finally a SKIBIDI scientist appeared. And we see that now he is very similar to the scientist from the original series. He also has the same tentacles with acid and lasers, 2 more a magnet near the head, and on the head, there is a Titan clock cannon that can stop time. And guys, now I have no idea how to defeat this scientist. He has a full set of weapons to defeat any opponent. And we see how the scientist smiles. And we see a new type of toilet, SKIBIDI Volcano, and I really liked its design. And I think that it is the same model as this toilet, but very improved and colorful. And I think that if it is lava, if it hits Clockman, it will melt even his armor. Also in this frame, we can see a SKIBIDI man, and it is important to note that he is not the same as he was before, but he is exactly the same as the one who was in the original SKIBIDI toilet, and I am sure that he is very strong. Anyway, we see how the POV cameraman extended his hand and tries to somehow help the Drill Titan, but suddenly, the drill falls off the Drill Titan, and we see that the head of the Drill Titan is a Clockman ship. And it seems to me that the Drill Titan was controlled by someone from inside, since I am sure that this is a Clockman ship, since there is a clock there. It is even possible that this is not a real Drill Titan, and it was an exact copy of it, and it was controlled by the Clockman, but the real Drill Titan is now at his base. But also write what you think about this. We see that the scientist looked at the ship, and I'm sure that he already understood everything that was happening here. And we see that the Titan drill missiles rise into the air, then the rockets turn around, and they target the scientist and the Drill Titan. But the scientist simply ran away from there, using a teleport, and the missiles destroy the Drillman's body, and this is where the episode ends. And I can say that it was not the scientist who set the trap, but the Clockmen. They knew that this would happen, and that's why the Drill Titan did not retreat, because it was his copy, and they were ready to sacrifice it in order to kill the scientist. But they forgot that the scientist had a teleport, and he very easily escaped from there, and those who remained there probably all died. Of course, I thought that in this episode they would show us the battle of the Titans and the scientist, and also the TV Titan will appear, but unfortunately it was not. But I hope that the Drill Titan is alive and everything will be fine with him. But where did the Titans fly? I think that they flew to the Drillmen base or TV Men base, and there we will see a real Drill Titan because I think that it was a fake. But what will happen next? To be honest, it's difficult for me to answer this, since the episodes are very chaotic, and there is no specific sequence, but I think that next we will see either the Drillman base or the TV Men base, since I think that the TV Men Titan took a Clock Titan to TV base to be repaired. And perhaps in the new episode there will not be so many battles, but the episode will be specifically for TV Men Titan or Clockman Titan. Anyway, turn on notifications and subscribe to my channel, because I will always inform you about the news of the series. Elite Clockwoman out.